You ready? This public hearing of the Clarksville-Montgomery County Board of Education is called to order. The hearing is being conducted for those individuals who'd like to address the board regarding the 2026-2027 staff zoning recommendations that were communicated to families in December. If you've not signed up and would like to speak, please do so now. The sign-up sheet is located at the back of the room. Before we open the floor to speakers who have signed up, I'd like to ask Chief Operations Officer Norm Brumley to provide a brief summary of the Phase 2 realignment.
Good evening, Board. We laid out a plan for freedom over 4 years ago. Planning began with Kirkwood in early 2022. In March of 2023, we engaged and worked with consultants RSP and Associates. That work involved developing scenarios, community and stakeholder feedback, community engagement, creating a zoning plan, and seeking board approval. Zoning for Freedom Elementary School was unanimously approved by the board in January of 2024. Phase 1 of the plan was for Kirkwood. It included a Phase 2 for Freedom Elementary School. The goal was to minimize multiple moves for families with 2 schools opening within 2 years. We have again engaged consultants RSP and Associates in May of 2025 to review Phase 2 with current regional growth data and updated student data. We updated our models and we validated the process for the purpose of identifying and remedying any imbalances that remained. We had to consider corrective measures due to the revised design of Freedom. Cutting 10% of the cost after bids caused us to reduce the capacity from over 1,000 students to 840. We also recognized disparities in capacity due to sporadic growth in our community. We had higher growth in specific areas over the last 3 to 4 years, and this is emerging growth since the original models were run in 2023. The following realignments shown on the screens on the map have been recommended by staff. This map includes 3 areas. Area 1 is south of Hazelwood Road and west of Trenton Road. It includes 136 students moving from Glen Ellen to northeast. Area 2 is south of Wilma Rudolph and west of I-24. It includes 137 students moving from Rossview to Kirkwood. Area 3 is south of Guthrie Highway and east of I-24. It includes 70 students moving from Oakland to Kirkwood. Freedom Construction is currently on time and on budget for a 2026 opening. We now have current data we didn't have in 22 and 23 and a much clearer picture of our growth. Our next opportunity for new capacity will not be until the 2028-2029 timeframe. This realignment is necessary to better sustain capacity until our next opportunity to comprehensively rezone elementary schools with the opening of the proposed elementary school number 27, currently slated for an August of 2029 opening. Today's feedback is important as we consider this recommendation.
All right, we'll now call speakers. You guys will have 3 minutes to speak. Mr. Nolan? Just a second. Okay.
But I want to speak for my daughter, who has gone to Rossview now for 4 years. So she has 2 years left at Rossview, and I've understood that she will be moved to Kirkwood for elementary school, just to move back to Rossview for middle and high school. And I just don't think that that is going to be good for her socially, or possibly educationally. She's a straight A student, and she's already had kids moved from Rossview, so she's lost some of her friends. Just to move back to Kirkwood and then back to Rossview, I just don't think that that's a good position for her or us to be in. So that's all I have to say. If we could be considered for grandfathering, I know that's not something that is normally done, but I would like that consideration for us.
Kayla Hankins.
In Zone 1, and we currently are at Glen Ellen. We've been there since kindergarten. My daughter is going to 5th next year, and we were wondering about grandfathering in to her last year. She's carpool. She's grown there her whole life, and I don't think it would be great for her to move 1 year and then have to go again to a new school for middle school. So we were also wondering about grandfathering. That's it.
Benjamin Kriesman.
And I have a fourth grader at Rossview Elementary. This would make his 5th year. I also have similar concerns about friends, stability, routine, being interrupted with just this 1 year gap, so to speak. I did my part before I purchased my home in my zone on Alexander Boulevard and emailed the school director at the time if there were any plans for rezoning the elementary school, and I had purchased my property based off of that. This is due to a joint custody agreement. My son simply wouldn't go to Kirkwood if it were rezoned. I would have to fight a legal battle in between Kirkwood and Ringgold. It's in my agreement stipulated that if I leave the Rossview School District, I would lose primary custody of my son. That's just a headache I don't want to go through. So perhaps maybe we could also consider being grandfathered in, or maybe postpone this rezoning for at least a year. That would be great. Thank y'all for your time.
Shanika Byra.
My name is Shanika Bird. I'm not. I'm just here for a bus transfer. That's all I'm here for. I did not come. I did not know that this is all for just rezoning. My daughter's in a different situation. She was assaulted at Kenwood High School, and she had to be transferred to Rossview because the boy knocked her teeth out. So he knocked her teeth, canine to canine loose, and knocked her 2 front teeth out. And because of the situation happened at Kenwood High School, I need a bus now to go to Rossview. That's the only reason why I came here. So if I don't know if I need to talk to somebody personally, but I just needed a bus for her situation. Okay.
Thank you. All right, that concludes our public hearing, and we're now adjourned. Thank you. Thank you guys very much for coming.